So when somebody asks why you do PhD, I say you prove it wrong. Then you cannot study it. Obstacles are bound to come. But like sir said, it's good to have a plan. A plan is absolutely necessary. Not plan said I will become this, I will become that. How will I contribute? Okay? So that's where I think I will try to start. I'm not going to give advices, but I assume you all like stories. Do you? Do you like stories? Yeah? Okay. Sir talked about passport. I will give you another example. Today you are getting your driver's license. I got my driver's license car driving license when I was in Europe. Very difficult to get there because 1 hour test, and if 100 people take the test, 99 or 98 people do not pass in the first round. That's normal. If you get license in the first test, that is strange. Okay? So when I got the license, my trainer told, your real test starts today. I said, what do you mean? From tomorrow I will not be there with you. You are going to take your own car, you are going to go your own driving. I have taught you how to use brake, how to use steering, how to be safe. But I cannot tell you 27th December, 11 o'clock, you will have to apply brake. That I cannot tell. That you have to decide. Then I realized this is correct. This is so important to know because that's what the stage you are in today. You have got your license today, but your real test starts today. Like sir said, which places you will go, what are you? When we were studying engineering, I think that part has not changed. When exam comes, let's say we have 12 chapters. How do we prepare for exam? We look at the previous year question paper, maybe 3-4 years, and make a pattern. Okay, I can safely leave out chapter 8 and 10. Correct? Most of you, everybody says yes. Then we go to exam, we clear the exam, we get good marks for leaving out chapter 8 and 10, and we become engineers, we join a company, we start doing work. Imagine if you were doctors. You also studied, you left chapter 8 and 10, you opened clinic. I come to your clinic. I say, sir, knee pain. Then you realize it is chapter 10. But you will not say anything, you will give some medicine. This is one of the issues you will have to deal with this. Now, you will have to deal with what you know, not what you learned, exercise. It is not a paper, it is not a certificate. That has a shelf life. It has got a value. In fact, there is something called half-life of education, which is how quickly it becomes redundant. So one of the important things for you is to understand how you will deal with being yourself alone. It's a very strange stage of your life where you are becoming an adult, you are becoming independent, you are getting responsibilities, you have to make decisions, but you want to be successful. It's going to be stressful, but I think it's going to be interesting as well, right? But how do you decide? Because one of the difficult things which we have to learn after graduation is how to make decisions. Right? Like I said, when I went to Singapore, all my life I was with my parents or grandparents. I have never gone out, I have never made. Nowadays we're all experts in making Maggi. I didn't even know how to make Maggi at that time. Okay? So when I had to go there and decide, should I buy this place for renting, what should I buy in the shop? Nothing. I had to learn everything, how to decide. So there is this little story, first story of the day. The girl is lost in a forest. So she is searching where to go. After some time she sees a road which has two paths, one going left, one going right. And then there is nobody in the forest to ask which road to take. Now she has to decide. She is like you. How to decide? So she is looking very lost, and then there is a bird. She goes to the bird and asks, there is a road to the left, there is a road to the right. Which road should I take? And the bird says, where do you want to go? And the girl says, I don't know. And the bird says, then take any road. You can take any road. Because it doesn't matter where you end up. You can take any road that comes in front of you. And that's what happens sometimes when you want to follow others blindly. You really don't know where you are going. That's what I was talking about. You have something in your head. I remember Dr. Subramanian Swami's incident that he explained himself when he was teaching at Harvard. So he had a class of about 18 people, 18 students. So at the end of the course, in that 18, 12 were Indians, other 6 were other nationalities, mainly US, Americans. So he asked them at the end of the course, what do you want to become after this course? Option A, find a job which gives you regular guaranteed income. Okay, option A, regular job, guaranteed income. Option B, you do your own thing, maybe a business, a startup or whatever, and you get much more wealth. What do you think the Indians selected? Option A, all of them, all 12. And on the other 6, most of them chose option B. So he asked the next question, why is it that you chose option A? What did you use to make the decision? They said, sir, you used one very nice word, sir. What is that? Guaranteed income. So when you are focused on income, you compromise on your abilities. You don't take risks. You don't see what is possible. You limit yourself to a lot of things that are very small things. So I think these are the kind of things that obstacle. Because when you imagine again that you are driving your car, because now you got your license, you are on the highway, and somebody will overtake you. And usually people respond by going faster. Because they don't know why that fellow is going faster. Now you are also going faster. See, other people will overtake you, you will overtake them. A lot of things will happen which may or may not be necessary for you to respond to. George Bernard Shaw was a very well-known philosopher. Maybe some of you have read about this thing or heard about him. He was so smart that many people, story number 2, many people were jealous of him. So they wanted to insult him. So one day, apparently he was walking in the county of England, and there was a small narrow bridge crossing a small river. So he was coming from that side. Narrow bridge, only one person can pass. The other side is a person who was not his friend entered. So who was jealous of him, he entered from this side. So he was about to cross that, but in the middle they meet. Of course, if you are walking straight, you cannot pass two people. It's very narrow bridge. So this guy who doesn't like Bernard Shaw says, I don't give way to fools. To Bernard Shaw. And Bernard Shaw says, but I do. He said, let him pass. So sometimes you have to choose which battles to fight. Everything doesn't need a response from you. But at the same time, it's also important to know that degree. I was just asking in the morning when I was talking to a professor about mathematics and the use of it. Sometimes you will not use everything of it when you are going into your work life, right? One of the best ways to get back more is to give back more. So give back to the society. Sir was talking about how do you contribute, how do you impact, how do you make sense of it. When I was studying in IMK, a lot of people had come who were different backgrounds, and I missed the gold medal by 0.06 CGPA because somebody did not upload my marks on time or something like that. So I felt bad, but I didn't mind too much because what I learned there was how do you use what you know is more important than what you know. Imagine you are all carrying your backpack, okay, it's behind you. I come and put 100 rupees in your backpack. Are you richer by 100 rupees? You are walking with a backpack, I put money in your bag. Are you richer now? No. Till you know that there is money in your bag, you are not richer. So what is happening is not enough. Knowing what is happening is very important today. And that's where your challenge will become now, because there is so much happening. There is so many things that's going on that it's very difficult for you to use what you know. You might have heard this little story, number 3. There was a ship with a lot of businessmen who had a lot of valuables in the ship to be transported. But it wouldn't start. The ship wouldn't start, so they were getting delayed and they were going to lose business. So they said, who can repair this? A small pole. So they said, there is one old man, we can call him, he perhaps can repair. You must have heard this. So this old man comes with one equipment kit and he says, what is the issue? See, this engine doesn't start. We are trying from last 2-3 hours and we are getting late. Can you fix it? He said, yeah, I can try. So he looks around for about 10, 15, 20 minutes and then he says, okay, so his assistant give me the hammer. So the assistant gives the hammer. And then he knocks one place and he said, now start, and it starts. So he walks away and sends a bill for $10,000. And these business people are very angry. You just that one hit with the hammer and then You cannot ask $10,000. So please specify why you are charging $10,000. So he said, okay. He said, knowing where to hit $9,990, hitting $10, now you pay. So it's very important, if you want to be successful, this difference. There are a lot of people in degrees. There are a lot of people who can code. There are a lot of people who can design. But are you better than most of them? I think will be very difficult to solve. And that's the problem I learned from my mother. My father is a scientist. Master of Science in food scientist, I don't know what all stuff. But my mother is 8th standard. My father cannot use my mobile phone. My mother is on Facebook. 8th standard. But so she is my test guinea pig for everything. So coming up with the right problem is difficult for engineers because we like to solve problems, not to create problems, right? But when I was in my previous job, I asked my mother, story number 4. I had made an induction cooktop, you know, the induction where we cook food. So I had made an induction cooktop which you can use with mobile phone. I'm talking about 6-7 years ago. I was very happy as an engineer. I've done something great. So, but I wanted to test it. So I took it home. So she was my, let's say, guinea pig. So I put it on the dining table. She was standing next to me. I connected. She was waiting patiently. Not because of anything, because I'm her son. That's why she was waiting. Then after everything, I took out my phone. Now, still she was waiting. I used to do this, launch the app. Finally, press something on the mobile phone and the induction cooktop switched on. So I was like all happy. Hey, I did it. She was like totally disinterested. She said, look, you switched on. She said, so? I said, what do you mean so? You're standing in front of it only, no? Switch on. Why do all this circus? Mobile phone, that, this, happen now. Said, okay, valid point, but I cannot, I'm an engineer. She is not. So how can I accept defeat, ego? So I told her, I was traveling to China, the next day I told her I can switch on from China. She said, why? I said, what do you mean why? So I have to call you in China saying, I've kept rice, please switch on. Then I have to call you again, rice is done, please switch on. Say, take this garbage out, I don't need. Many times, we have to learn to be successful. How do we find problems? I think that's where the difference will always be when you have to solve problems versus find problems. There are a lot of people who will solve problems, but there are very few who can find problems. I want you to be one of them, right? And that's not easy, but that's not impossible either. At the same time, how do you come up with these kind of things is to know the big picture. The big picture is why we are doing what we are doing. Many times we don't ask that question. There was this story when John F. Kennedy, story number 5, visited NASA center well before they launched man on the moon. As he entered, he was president of the United States, so as he entered, he saw somebody sweeping the floor. So he just said, hi, hello, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing fine. So the President of America is entering the NASA Space Center. He finds a janitor who is sweeping the floor and he asked the janitor, what are you doing? He didn't say, I'm sweeping the floor. He said, I'm trying to put a man on the moon. He said, he's surprised. He said, how? He said, people inside are trying to do different things to put on the moon. I am trying to do different things to help them people put on the moon. So it's the same thing. So the big picture is always important. And many times, Sir also talked about it, we don't find the big picture. That's when you lose interest, that's when you lose meaning. And we were discussing that. Then what happens is, operation success, patient died. Everything will go well, but what is supposed to happen will not happen. And that's the key that you need to understand to differentiate yourself. It does not matter which college you study. It does not matter at all which college you study. I have studied in PES Monday, I have studied in IIM. You can be anywhere in the world literally today. What can you add value will make a huge difference in how you deal with things. When I was in Sweden, I heard a very interesting story. Sir talked about culture. When they come to office, there is a parking place. Parking is very difficult to get after some time there because everybody practically uses car. So question is, when you come early to the office, the parking space is empty. The first person who comes, where should he or she park his or her car? They asked me this question. I said, close to the building. He said, no, it's away from the building, farthest to the building. I said, why? You came first. He He said, yes, that's exactly it. I have time. The one who comes later doesn't have time. So he should get a place nearer to the building so they can get inside faster and we can work together. Wonderful thought. I think this is the only time I have heard someone thinking for others so sincerely. I think it's also in the pledge that we have to be unscrupulously sincere, truthful into what we do. I think that's where I also believe that these petty things will not make us great. I always remember story number 6 about Ekalavya and Dronacharya. You all know the story, but there is a part 2 of the story which you may not know. The part that you will know, of course, is that Ekalavya considered Drona as his guru and he was practicing with his image, his statue and so on. That's all you know. But we also know what happens next is that he asks for his thumb, right? So that he cannot compete with Arjuna. That's also done. Now, in the battlefield, when Dronacharya is in trouble, he gets a message. Hey, Dronacharya is in trouble. Do you want to help? I'm going back to the Swedish cycle parking example. Said, that day he did like that to me, no? Now let him suffer. Typically, right? He said, no. He said, I still have 4 fingers. I'll try to do my best to defend him. That's an attitude you should have to your college, your parents, your faculty, because they did help you when you were growing up. Now you don't need them, maybe after some years, but you will always have to recognize what they did for you. That doesn't mean you should use your time doing only this. You can watch Bigg Boss, but think of how do you become Bigg Boss. You know, I always remember Rajnikant's sir's statement. He said, believe in miracles. I said, what is a miracle? He said, a bus conductor becoming a superstar is a miracle. Right? A miracle happens. And I never thought I'd be standing in front of you and speaking on this someday, but it happens. The whole idea is when you look at how things happen, what we need to do is essentially do our work with the best sincerity, because that's the only thing I have realized. Again, it's not an advice. You are very smart, you figure out your way. I am sharing what worked for me. If you are sincere, it will always help. There is one little story, number 7. This is between Krishna and Arjuna. So you all know that he went to that Swayamvara, looking at the water reflection. I hit the eye, then got won the Swayamvara. But what happened the night before is very interesting, and this is one of the best lessons that I learned. Because many times I used to wonder, sir, why this doesn't happen, why that doesn't happen. Try harder, try best. Timing, that we talked about. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it God, you can call it power, source, doesn't matter. The night before the Swayamvara, Krishna is rehearsing with Arjuna. Okay, boss, tell me tomorrow how it's going to be. So Arjuna starts, so I go in there, I kneel down on my right knee, and then I stabilize myself physically, then I close my eyes, I stabilize myself mentally, then I open my eyes, I see the reflection, I see the fish, then I see the eye, then I practiced enough, I hit, then I'm done. Krishna says, good. Now Arjuna is known for ego, so he represents ego in us. So as soon as I finished saying this, he got this ego in his mind. So he challenges Krishna. Okay, if I do all this, what is your role? He's challenging the God, basically. So what are you doing? I do everything. He said, you're right. In all that you said, I have nothing to do. So what are you going to do tomorrow then? And just make sure the water is still. If the water is still only, you will see the fish. If you see the fish only, you will see the eye. Then only you will get all this. So sometimes you need to understand, you need people to help you. You need, whether you call it God, whether it be your parents, whether it be your sister, you need someone to help you. Your role models need not be somebody like Elon Musk or anybody. It could be a neighbor, it could be a father. It doesn't have to be in total. For one thing, it could be one person. For another thing, it could be another person. It could be a professor, it could be anybody, it could be a friend. So I like this person because he or she is punctual. I like this person because he or she responds this way. So when you build this support system, you become very successful because you are always giving also at the same time. You are not self-centered, you are not selfish. To close, one of the most important things is to be happy. That's why I started saying that This is a day to be happy. And of course, every day they are supposed to be happy. There is always some problem or the other, but that doesn't mean you should not be happy. I was very glad to hear that sir was an optimist. So am I. So I think it's always going to be good when you're an optimist. Especially in innovation, I was telling Balaji that if you are not happy, you are not relaxed. If you are not relaxed, you don't get good ideas. When you are tense, if you remember, your brain doesn't work. When you are relaxed, it does. So last story to end. There was a singer, very famous singer in US called John Lennon. Somebody must have heard or listened to him. So he was 5 years old. He had a very bad childhood. His parents were, not well, and he was given to someone, etc. But when he was 5 years, there was an activity in the school. What was the activity? All kids had to answer one question. What do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up? Was the question. So every kid wrote something. I want to be in space, I want to be in defense, I want to be a painter, I want to be a musician, blah, 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 scientist, engineer, everything. And this fellow, John Lennon, wrote, I want to be happy when I grow up. Because his mother had told happiness is key to life. So the teacher saw the answer. She said, you didn't understand the question. And John Lennon said, you didn't understand the answer. All the best and many congratulations. Thank you so much.
These graduates in the Faculty of Civil Engineering who have been certified after the examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree. Sarada Devi C.
சார் ஒரு போட்டோ வந்து நின்று போயிடுங்க. ஒரு போட்டோ வந்து நின்று போயிடுங்க. வாங்க கிட்ட வந்து கொடுமா. இங்கே திரும்பி பாருங்க. அப்பா இங்கே பாருங்க. அப்படியே பாருங்க. மேடம் இங்கே பாருங்க. அப்படியே இருங்க சார். அப்படியே இருங்க. ஓகே நீங்கள் கட்டணும் சார்.
அருணா ஏ.
அங்கே சாத்துக்கு. அப்படி இங்கே பாருமா. அப்படியே இங்கே பாருமா.
சந்திரன் டி.
சார் சொல்லி சார் இங்கே பாருங்க.
தினகரன் எஸ்.
தம்பிங்க பாருங்கண்ணா.
கலைவாணி.
உள்ள வா சார். ஓகேம்மா அப்படி வாங்க. ஓகே.
கனகராஜ் பி. கார்த்திகேயன் பி.
அப்படியே திரும்பிங்க பாருங்கண்ணா.
எம்.
ஓகே.
கிருத்திகா. மணிகண்டன் சி.
இங்கே சாப்பிட்டோம்மா. இங்கே பாருங்க. நோத்தம் வாங்க. அப்படி இருங்க. மறைக்காம பாருங்க. ஓகே.
மணிகண்டன் டி. முகமது ரஹ்மான்.
அப்படியே திரும்பிங்க பாருங்கண்ணா.
பெரியண்ணன் எம்.
ஓகே.
பிரதிபா ஏ. பிரவீன் பிரவீனா எம். ரம்யா எம்.
சார் இங்கே திரும்பி பாருங்க. கிட்ட உள்ள வாங்க. அப்படியே இங்கே பாருங்க சார். ஓகே.
வேதப்பிரியா கே.
பாலாஜி இந்த பொண்ணு கொஞ்சம் நாளைக்கு கவுச்சு.
பாப்பா சேர்ந்து
பாப்பா சேர்ந்து.
அப்படியே இங்கே பாருமா. ஓகேம்மா.
கிருபாஷினி எம்.
ஏன்னா தெரிஞ்ச பொண்ணா.
அரவிந்தசாமி பி.
ஓகேம்மா.
அருள் பிரகாஷ் பி.
பேப்பர் கொஞ்சம் ஃபேரா
அந்த பையன்
பாலசுப்ரமணியன் பி.
முன்ன ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வந்தாலாம் அவன். காட்டுக்கண்ணா. ஓகே சார். அப்படியே பாருங்க சார்.
எஸ்.
ஓகே. இதுக்கு மேலே ஒரு பையன் இருக்கான்.
மணிகண்டன் எம்.
சார் அங்கே பாருப்பா.
சந்தோஷ் குமார் எஸ்.
சார் இங்கே பாருங்க.
வைத்தீஸ்வரி ஆர்.
ஓகே.
ராஜா
யாரு
தமிழ் செல்வன் எஸ்.
இங்கே பாருப்பா.
டி.
ஓகேம்மா.
சரண்யா ஏ.
பாப்பா இங்கே வாங்கிட்டு பாருங்க. ஓகேம்மா.
இளைய பாரதி ஜான் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்.
இங்கே பாருமா. ஓகே. ஐயோ சேர்த்துக்கு ஒயிட் பால்ஸ் மாற்றி. இங்கே பாருங்க சார். ஓகே சார். ஃபாஸ்டா. இங்கே பாருப்பா. இங்கே பாருங்க. இங்கே பாருமா. இங்கே பாருப்பா. இங்கே திரும்ப இங்கே மேலே பாருங்க. ஓகே. இங்கே பாருப்பா. நில்லு. நில்லு அங்கே பாரு. ஓகே. அப்படி பாருப்பா. இங்கே பாருங்கண்ணே. இங்கே பாருங்க. வா 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 வா. சொல்லுங்க இவ்வளோ தூரம் வரணும் கிளாஸே பண்ணுங்க. ஓகே அது 3 செகண்ட் தான் ஏறுமா. இங்கே பாருங்க. இவ்வளோ ஸ்லோவாக வருது. வாங்க சார். அப்படியே இங்கே பாருங்க. ஓகே ஓகே அவர் சொல்லுவார் மேட்ரு டைம் இங்கே பாருமா. அப்படியே கேமரா பாருமா.
Honorable Chairman, I present unto you, sir, these graduate